interesting live. So, I know you're watching me. Hey, keep it real. I know you're watching me. I know that you're watching me. Somebody passed my house yesterday. I was on my deck, ironically. I was on my deck. And somebody passed my house yesterday and screamed, Jake! Somebody passed my house yesterday and I was on my deck. I was on my deck. I happened to be on my deck. And I heard a female pass my house and scream, Jake! Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. I know you're in town. A female passed my house yesterday out of the blue and screamed, Jake! And I actually thought it was Valley Girl. No, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I happened to be on my deck enjoying the weather. No, I know it wasn't you, just keep it real. I was enjoying the weather and someone passed my house and screamed, Jake! And I actually thought it was Valley Girl because no one else knows my dog's name. No one else knows my dog's name in this whole town. Hey, Anne-Marie, how you doing, baby? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Someone passed my house and screamed Jake to the top of their lungs, and it was a female. I know you're in town. I know you're in town. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me, and that's not a threat. Receipts or it didn't happen, I'm really sorry, but I don't have receipts. I really thought it was Valley Girl, but I didn't know you were in town until today. Don't fuck with me. This is a very small town. I did not know you were in town until today. Just keep it real. You're actually welcome up here. You're actually welcome up here, and I won't harm you. We can sit on the deck, on the unfinished deck. Yes, that is real life. That is real life and is unacceptable. It is completely unacceptable. I actually thought it was maybe Valley Girl coming over, and she was coming up my driveway, and she was just calling Jake. But now I know that someone is in town. Now I know that someone is in town. So now I know, no, they didn't say snake. And nobody would be on my driveway. I've got gates. Oh, I'm implying. I'm 100% implying. I am 100% implying. I'm 100,000% implying. Because I just so happened to be surveying damage to my home. And I heard Jake from the bottom of my driveway. I am 100% implying. 100,000% implying. Yes, you can hug me. Hey, Kick It. I didn't see you say hi. Yes, beyond stalking. Beyond stalking. Beyond stalking. That is real life stalking. Damage from what? So, let's back up. Tink Tink has something to say. Lola, go lay down, baby. Tink Tink has something to say. Yeah, hold. 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 Did you see a car? No, I can't see cars because there's trees all in front of my home. There's trees all in front of my home. That's why I looked down because I thought it might be Valley Girl coming up my driveway. I've got a security gate to my home. No, I didn't see any cars. I don't need proof. No one in this town knows my dog. Valley Girl is my friend. Valley Girl is my friend. I heard Jake like coming from the street and I thought it was Valley Girl coming up the driveway. I thought she was like hollering for my dog. I thought she was hollering for my dog and then there was nobody. There was nobody at the gate. There was nobody at the driveway. And so now I know who screamed Jake because someone is in town. Don't fuck with me. This is a very small town. By the way, you should try the tacos that you bitch about me eating. They're $3.25. No, I live on a main highway. Nobody would be on a bike. I don't have sidewalks. I have a very busy highway past my house. But the $3.25 tacos that I get complained on for spending money, I went to Wendy's yesterday and I got a junior Baconator medium size with a Diet Coke and fries, and it was $11.79. So the tacos that y'all complain about me eating, they're $3.25 a piece. They're great. The street tacos, maybe you should try one when you're here. Just saying. Oh, I can't tell you who because I can't mention that person. No, I'm sure it wasn't my other personality. No, I can't make a personality pass my house and scream my dog's name. I'm sure it wasn't my other personality. Leave it alone and she won't speak on me? Really? Why don't you go check out the community post that was put on her page today? Because it was sent to me. It was sent to me. Do I have cameras? I do right on my home, but not all the way down to the street. I'm going to the courthouse tomorrow anyway. I have to go to the courthouse tomorrow anyway. And Monday, I actually spoke to the chief of police about getting a restraining order. And the chief of police had never heard a certain person's name. So when that person, I look pretty today. I have no makeup on at all. Thank you. I have zero makeup on. Well, thank you, because I have no makeup on. So it must be all the filters that I use. I have zero makeup on. So I guess it's all the filters I use. So I called the chief of, actually, I called and I left a message for the chief of police. And he promised me, no, I have no makeup on, none. So I called the chief of police. Well, I'm glowing, thanks. Maybe it's because I never wash my face. I'm joking. So let's back up. Because Monday I called the chief of police, right? And I wanted to talk to him about some things that have been going on. And he told me, Michelle, don't call 911. Call me. Because actually, when I went to jail, he actually came down to the jail and opened my cell. He said, I want to talk to Michelle. Well, she passed my home and screamed my dog's name. Caper chick. She passed my home and screamed my dog's name. And it's abuse of the system. To file charges on me, just keep it real. So the chief of police, when I went to jail, he actually came to the jail. I understand, sweet apple pie. I'm sorry. I'm talking. Henry, thank you for being so sweet. I apologize to you, and I hope you accept my apology. Yeah, you cannot say you're scared of someone when you're riding past their house and screaming their dog's name. Do you understand that? Because it was really odd that somebody said, Jake! And I was like, so I thought it was Valley Girl, like driving up my driveway and just because she loves Jake and Lola, right? But then I found out that there was nobody in my driveway, so. Now, let me back up. I talked to the chief of police. Actually, he came down to see me when I was in jail, and he came actually and sat next to me in my jail cell, and we talked for about 30 minutes, right? Wonder why he caters to me? Because he's a decent man. Because he's a decent man. Because he's a very decent man. And he's like, you know, how's it going? And I talked to him about the TRO, and I talked to him about, yeah, Steenie, you got a wrench. And I talked to him about everything that was going on, and I talked to him about the videos that were put up about me on YouTube. And, you know, if only I made $500, maybe I could live like this. And pictures of my house, my mom's house, pictures where I lived, articles about, you know, I'm going to get back to my roots, and posting a video from April 12th of 2016 on my son, of which it wasn't followed through because charges were dropped, right? Videos about I ruined Etienne's military career and stuff. Well, I know you guys know that he was retiring out of the military when we got together, so there's no possibility that I ruined his military career. I didn't ruin his career because he got fired from his job and it had nothing to do with me. His reputation, you know, we talked about all the videos. I actually talked to the judge about what was going on. And, you know, he's like, well, how's that working for you? And He's like, Michelle, don't call 911. Don't do it again. I'm always here to talk to you. Leave me a voicemail. I might not call you back in 5 minutes. I might not call you back in 30 minutes. I might not call you back in a couple of hours. I might not call you back till the next day. Great. But I promise you, I will call you back at my earliest convenience. So I called him Monday about some videos that were put up about court. I explained to him about how it was treated in court, that I wasn't allowed to bring my purse, my cell phone, or anything, but the plaintiff brought her purse, her cell phone, everything in court, but I was only allowed to bring papers in court with me. And I told him, and he asked how I thought it went, and I was like, well, she put some videos up about me after court, and, said that, do you know my neighbors? I don't have neighbors, guys. I don't have any neighbors. No, I don't have any neighbors. None. So there was no one that would be calling my dog. I have no neighbors. None. No neighbors. So anyway, Henry, I know, and people are doing the same thing to Bot because we don't fight anymore either. So it's okay. They can call you out, Henry. Tough shit. We're adult human beings and we're allowed to make up with people. We're adult human beings and we're allowed to make up. People are catty and selfish and they're boring and they have no lives and all they want is drama in their lives. Steenie, leave Anne Marie alone. We made up. No, I'm not sharing too much info. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened because people lie. People flat out lie. So Monday, I called the police department in Columbus, Kansas City, and I made a complaint about how I was treated in the courthouse. I called the sheriff of Kansas City, of Cherokee, and I let him know that I didn't appreciate him speaking to the plaintiff and saying, well, I have a good feeling that she's probably going to leave here in handcuffs. And he did not say that because someone sent me a video. And the sheriff actually did not tell the plaintiff that he had a feeling that I was going to leave the courthouse in handcuffs. That is a lie. That is a complete lie. The sheriff did not tell the plaintiff that he had a feeling I was going to leave there in handcuffs. The sheriff wasn't even in the courthouse. So that was a lie. Let's clear up some things. And I'm not stalking you, Miss Ma'am. People send me videos. So your little court story is bullshit. It's bullshit. Do you understand? It's bullshit. You lie to your subs. The sheriff is aware that because the sheriff has the video that you posted on your YouTube page, that you said, the sheriff said I was going to leave the courthouse in handcuffs. Ma'am, the sheriff wasn't even in the courthouse with you. So stop fucking lying. I'm not stalking you. There's nothing wrong with people sending me videos of you saying that I was going to be arrested when I entered the courthouse. The sheriff said that was a lie. I think I would believe the sheriff in the town over you. Now, as for you saying that the judge had already made up her mind about a stalking order, the judge received that video as well. She's aware of it. The judge did not say I could not email her. And the judge did not say that I was going to be thrown out of the courtroom. As a matter of fact, the judge told both of us, to stop interrupting, not just me. So let's set the record straight. Now, as for stalking, I got in an argument with my ex-husband last night about some decking work around here. I have pictures. I have pictures in my phone. Stop lying on me. The judge also got sent your little community post. She got sent that post. She also got sent, well, I have a restraining order against her. I can talk about her all I want. So now the judge knows that you're instigating me. The judge knows that you are purposely instigating me to get a rise out of me, and you're not going to get that done. You're not innocent at all. You passed my home yesterday and screamed my dog's name out. How do I know it was you? because no one in this town knows my dog. And Valley Girl, who's Tink Tink, that's what she calls me, Tink Tink. The judge also got that. Tink Tink. You are antagonizing me to get a rise out of me. And the judge got that community post. The judge also got your little comment that says, I can talk about her all I want. The restraining order is only against her. Now the judge knows you're purposely antagonizing me to get a rise out of me. Do you understand that? Boom. It was emailed to Judge Frederick today. Now, as for your little lies, oh, by the way, guys, I have some good news. I got a job. I got a job. And ATN's pissed off about that because we got in a huge argument yesterday. I'm like, shut the fucking electric off. Go ahead and shut the electric off because I have a job and I can pay the electricity. So, again, I won't be without electricity because I can pay my electric bill. I got a job. I got a job. I got a job. I got a job. I clapped them all up. I got a job. Just so you know, I got a job. Thank you. Thank you. I got a job. Thank you. I was like really in a good mood yesterday. I got a job. So all these people that say, get off your ass and get a job. I got a job. I am waiting. Sitting on your ass asking for cash apps. I'm not, Blake. Did my cash app get dropped? No, it didn't. Blake, I got a job. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Thank you. I took my drug test yesterday, so I'm waiting for the results to come back. And before you can say, you must have taken something to pass your drug test. I don't know if you know this, but companies now don't take urine. They take saliva test. You put this thing in your mouth for like 10 minutes, and when the tip turns blue, thank you. When the tip turns blue, it's done, and then they send it off to the lab. So you can't take anything to pass the drug test. So Blake Sheldon, kiss my ass. You're waiting for me to drop it? Hey, Mods, can you drop my cash app? Blake's waiting for it. Hey, Mods, can you drop my cash app? Because Blake's waiting for my cash app to be dropped. You better let Social Security know. Of course I am. Of course I have to let Social Security know. And I don't lie, Dad. I'm not lying, Angie. I'm not lying. Of course I'm going to let Social Security know. I haven't started yet. And when I start, of course I'm going. You knew it. You asked for my cash app to be dropped, Blake. Blake, you asked for it. You asked for my cash app to be dropped, Blake. You just asked for it. Untrue, the swabs are immediate results and you can cheat them. That is not true. I had to put this, it wasn't a swab. I had to put this thing in my mouth and it is actually being sent to LabCorp. You can't cheat. I didn't even know they were putting something in my mouth. Well, if you can cheat them, I didn't even know that they were putting a swab in my mouth. I went in, I applied for a job, and they're like, okay, you need to take a drug test. And I was like, okay. And they're like, go in this room. And I was like, okay. And so they put this like square thing in my mouth, and I didn't even know I was doing it. So if you can cheat them, and they're not immediate results, they're sending them to LabCorp, and there was these instructions, and I had to open the bag, and then I had to go on the computer, and it told me how I had to do it. Listerine strips. Well, I didn't have any Listerine strips on me. So if that's how you beat them, I didn't have any Listerine strips on me, and I didn't even know I was taking one. And well, if that's how you beat them, well, I didn't even know that they do oral tests. Well, if that's how you beat them, well, guess what? LabCorp does work. Okay, well, I'm just telling you that if you can beat them, I didn't know that you can beat them. I don't know if. So you stick, yeah, it's like a packet. It's a sealed packet, and you open it, and there's like a little test tube or whatever in it, and you take the test tube out, and then you unseal. It's like a little square, and it looks like yeah, it's lab work. No, I didn't even know that they were doing a drug test on me on spot. Yeah, it's cool. It's like a little. It's like, you know those things that you pick your teeth with, like the little flossy things. Fuck ski. Look, LabCorp does drug tests in all forms. Right, but I didn't know what I was doing. I'm ignoring the negative ones because they can go fuck themselves because I didn't even know they were doing a drug test on me on spot. You're certified with LabCorp. So, Gigi, you know what I'm talking about? It's like, you know the little dental floss things, and it's got like the little pick on the end of it? So it looked like the little pick on the end of it, but then there was like this little tube that, like a little cotton thing, like a little small cotton thing that came out. And then it's like a square with cotton in it. And you put the cotton in your mouth. Now I'm just telling you how it works because I thought it was really cool. And you put like this cotton thing in your mouth and you stick it in your mouth and it's a saliva test. And I don't care if he's homeless. I know I've been following him. I mean, I guess you can beat everything, but I didn't even know that they were doing an oral test on me. And so I put it in my mouth, and you have to wait 10 minutes. And when the little strip turns blue, it's kind of like a pregnancy test on the end. And when it turns blue, then it's done. And then you have to take it out, and then you have to put it in a bag, and then you have to seal it. And then I had to type my name in and sign for it. It was really good. I'll talk about ski now, but I don't want to talk about ski right now. Michelle, people don't want us talking. Anne Marie, people can suck your big toe. So this is what I decided. Okay, I'm the dog and you are the tail, right? I control the tag that wails. But if it comes back pregnant, I don't have a uterus, so it can't come back pregnant. But I'm the dog, right? And you're the tail. And I control the tail if it wags or not. The tail does not control me. Don't time anybody out. I don't know why you were timed out, Eddie. Don't time anybody out. So I'm the dog and you're the tail, and I control if the tail wags or not. The tail does not control the dog. Right? I've been leaving the house. I've been going out with real friends. We laugh, we talk about like current events and stuff. Right? We don't talk about strangers. We don't talk about who we're gonna dig into their background. We don't talk about getting together and like getting on Steenie, be nice. We don't talk about getting on the internet and looking up strangers. Steenie, stop it. You're ruining my good mood. Stop. You ruined the chat. Just stop. Well, all of you stop. I've been going out. We don't talk about getting on the internet and looking up people's personal information or if this person's lying or not. We don't give a fuck. If you want to lie, go lie. Go lie. We're not lying and we're having a good time and we're interacting and we're not being toxic. And we're not like being in drama. Steenie, stop it. Like, we're having a good time. Like, legit. We like I was posting in the thing, like, do you understand that Monday was National Hamburger Day? And we went and we ate gourmet burgers. I didn't pay for my hamburger. But like, yeah, I'm gonna show you pictures of the house. What's up with the house that you had to hit the X up? I didn't hit the X up with anything. I'm gonna explain about the house. And I am not the one that is having problems with the house. It's the contractors. It's not my fault. It's not my fault when people don't show up for a month straight because it was one person laying our floors and he left our house and didn't show up for a month. And he came back a month later and he's like, yeah, I'm really sorry. But when I pulled out of your driveway, I got pulled over by Harris County police officers. And, you know, they found a pipe in my truck, a meth pipe. And, you know, I know they planted it. And they put me in jail for a month. They didn't even give me a bond. And then this motherfucker was downstairs. He'd show up at like 10 o'clock in the morning. He'd take a 2.5 hour lunch. And then he'd be like screaming like Ski does downstairs, like, ah, all of a sudden, right? Ah! And I'd like go downstairs. I'm like, are you okay? Right? Like completely on drugs, on meth. I'm not stupid. I know. And like then he'd show up at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon and work till like 10:30 at night. And I was texting ATN. I'm like, I am not cool with this. Why did I let him back? Because ATN kept saying, shut up, deal with it, he's doing our floors. I've gone through so much with contractors up here. I've been here 24/7, 365 because I don't work. I have never not let a contractor in. I have never bitched about anything. These people show up whenever the fuck they want to. They show up whenever the fuck they want to. They don't call me. They just show up. They just show up. But when they show up, they'll work for a few hours and then they'll leave. Like, they'll leave. They just leave. Just speaking. Do you live? If you need a painter, let me know. Smoking inside makes the paint bad. I don't need a painter, but I need somebody to finish my decks. Do you live in my neighborhood? Do you live in my area? Because I do need somebody to finish my decks, and I've got pictures. I've got pictures to show you what my house looks like and what they did. I've got pictures to show you what my decks look like. There's some people that are in trouble. There's some people that are in trouble. You shouldn't run your fucking mouth about me. And the ex and I are going back to court. Somebody else is going back to court. So, let's look at some pictures. Let's look at some pictures. Now, I'm probably going to have to turn my ring light out so you can get like the whole view. Yeah, let's turn out the ring light so we can look at what the house looked like before. Okay. This is what my house looked like. This is what my house looked like before. Can you see the decks? Can you see the color of the decks? Can y'all see with the glare? Can you see the color of the decks? Can you see the house? Can y'all see that? I'm trying not to get the glare. It's like the glare on the phone. Hold on. Can y'all see that? Like the color of the decks? The brown. Everybody can see that? The brown decks, how it makes the windows pop and stuff? Okay. Now, this is what my decks look like right now. See that? See how it blends into the house? See how it's all like, see what it looks like now? How it looks like shit? See? See all that? See the color? See how shitty it looks? Right, now see how it's blonde? See what it looks like now? See how shitty it looks? See how shitty it looks? So, day before yesterday, I'm gonna turn my ring light on real quick. Day before yesterday, the contractors came out. I chose the colors, the brown. I chose the colors. I chose the brown. So, right, it just needs stained. Exactly. So hold on. So day before yesterday, the contractors afternoon at 3:30 in the afternoon. So at 3:30 in the afternoon, the contractors came out. 3:30. And they started working on the decks. And at 5:30, they came out. At 5:30, they stopped. And Juan said, "You like the decks?" And I said, "What do you mean, do I like the decks?" He said, "We're sealing them." And I said, "What do you mean you're sealing them? They're clear." He's like, "Yeah." And he showed me the work order. And he said, "We're sealing them." And I said, "There's no color on them." He's like, yeah, seal. I said, no, they're supposed to be stained brown. Stop what you're doing. It's wrong. This was day before yesterday at 5:30. They were only working on the decks for 2 hours. 2 hours. They were only working on them for 2 hours. Stop. It's wrong. 2 hours they were working on them. So I called the contractor back. Now, mind you, the contractor was at my house one time. One time, once, when he came to write the estimate. He has never been back. He has never been back. One time when he came to write the estimate, and he just keeps sending these shady people that never show up, that never show. Yes, they took the paint. Yes, they pressure washed the decks. They were supposed to pressure wash the decks and reseal them that brown color. That's what they were supposed to do. That's what they were supposed to do. That's exactly what they were supposed to do. So day before yesterday, they showed up at 3 o'clock or 3:30, and they worked for 2 hours till 5:30. And he started showing me the work that they did. And all they were doing was clear coating the decks. I was like, no, 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 no. And none of them speak English. None of them speak English. I have nothing against a crew of Mexican workers, but one of them has to fucking speak English. One of the group has to speak English. One of them has to speak English. Well, it's dark. I can't take you out to see now. It's pitch black. So I have pictures. So at least one of them has to speak English. None of them speak English. None of them speak English. So I'm like, stop. So I called the contractor day before yesterday, and I cursed his ass out. I'm like, this is bullshit. ATN is on my ass. The house needs to sell. 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 No shit, Etienne. But when people come and work for 2 hours a day and then don't show up and don't show up and don't know, I've got one light on my deck. And they don't show up and they don't show up and they don't show up. It is not my fault that the house is not getting done. Green eyes. Go fuck yourself. Bye. I'm Mexican and being racist is bad. You can use Google Translate. I do use Google Translate. I've got the Translate in my phone. And I talk into my phone and they still don't understand me. I think that Google speaks proper Spanish and that they don't just speak English. So, I blocked Green Eyes. Hey, and honestly, so day before yesterday at 5:30, I said, stop. I called the contractor and I cursed him out. I said, I've had enough. I've had enough. You got to check in April. I know that. I know that. I was like, Alto. Right. I said that. And then I called the contractor. I know Alto. I was like, Alto. And I called the contractor at 5:30, the day before yesterday. And I said, you have not sent one reliable crew here. I've not got a full day's work, like an 8:30 to 5:30, and 8 o'clock, a 9 o'clock to 4. I've never got one full day's work. Etienne is screaming and screaming and screaming and screaming at me. The house needs to go on the market. It is not my fault. It is not my fault. But yet, I'm getting screamed at. I'm getting yelled at. I'm the one that keeps getting bitched at that the house needs to go on the market. But you are the one that is the person that is not having the house be on the market. It is your fault. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm getting screamed and yelled at. I am now responsible for a mortgage when you don't have somebody show up for a whole fucking month and I have to pay a mortgage that I should not be paying. We gave you a check in April. All you had to do was lay hardwood floors upstairs, downstairs, and do the decks. And I'll tell you something else. Our floors are pine, sanded, stained with knots. Downstairs, he decided to take a chicken shit shortcut way, and he got floating floors that were already pre-finished, and they look like plastic downstairs. They look like plastic. He didn't even put the floors downstairs that they should be. So, let me show you something else. Since I'm the one stopping all the work. Okay. The hot tub deck had rotten boards around it, right? So what they did is they took boards that were on the side of our shed. They didn't buy new wood. Whatever. Floating floors, whatever. So they took boards that were on the side of our shed instead of buying new wood to fix the boards, and they just replaced them. Tell me if you guys can see a difference in this wood. Can y'all see a difference in that wood? Can y'all see a difference in the wood? Can anybody see a difference in those boards? Are y'all looking? Can y'all see a difference in those boards that are laid? Do you not see that the boards are an inch and a half difference? That they're not even? You can't see that one board is like an inch and a half thicker than the other board, that they're not even? You can't see that these boards are like an inch and a half thicker than the other ones? Can y'all not see that? That they're not level, they're not flush? Y'all can't see that those boards are not flush, that one board is like an inch and a half higher than the other one? Look closely. They're not flush. Those boards are not flush. One board is like an inch and a half higher. Do you see that? Yeah. So the boards don't match. So the boards don't match. So, no, they're not new boards. They were boards that were on the side of our shed. They were supposed to replace rotten boards. You don't understand how that lady knew you fired the contractors. She's talking to my ex-husband. It's not one is darker than the other. One board is like higher than the other. That's our hot tub deck. The boards are supposed to be flush. The boards are supposed to be flush. They didn't even buy new wood to replace the rotten boards. They took boards that were on the side of my house to replace them. And I'm calling ATN the whole time bitching. ATN, they took boards on the side of our house. Your ex is hiring these people. He should be right. My ex should be responsible. ATN hired them. But ATN is 3 states away, drinking. And ATN will not talk to me. I'm telling ATN, yes, and they're warped. And I'm calling ATN. I'm like, ATN, the decks are not right. They're not staining them. They're like just putting clear coat on the decks. Look at what our house looks like. They're ruining our house. Look, and ATN's like, well, just deal with it. Just deal with it. Just deal with it. So yesterday, everything came to a head with ATN and I. I had enough. I went on my job interview, and I took about 3 or 4 hours. And when I came back, the people were starting to put that clear coat on the decks again. And I flipped out. Yeah, ATN doesn't give a fuck. He's cutting corners to save money because he just wants to sell the house. But what's going to happen is when people look at the house and they see the uneven deck boards, that understand I'm paying for this. I am responsible for half of the money for the decks. I have to pay out of my equity. I have to pay for half of the labor on the decks. He's coming up with the money, but when we close, I have to pay for half of this shit out of the equity. And 3 states away, he's sitting drinking his beer. Fuck it. Fuck it. Don't listen to my ex-wife. I'm paying for the job. You work for me. Ignore her. Ignore her. Ignore her. Ignore her. Ignore her. And yesterday, it all came to a head. It all came to a head yesterday. The floors that they shortcutted, USA paid for that. USA gave ATN a check for the floors. ATN shortcutted the floors, and he put the money towards his half of the deck, so he did not have to pay for the deck. No, I'm not just selling it and be done with it. Do you understand that half of the equity is mine? Just sell it and be done with it. Know a story to tell. Because this house, I specifically said in the divorce papers that the decks had to be redone. Do you understand? Right. Oh, hell no. You would not pay for messed up work. Thank you, Dee Dee. And you say, just sell it and be done with it. No, because we're going to have to keep taking off for this, taking off for this, taking off for this. And half of this equity is mine. So when I walk away from this house, I want to walk away with as much equity as we can get out of this home. And USA paid him. I want things to be done right, so I get as much equity out of the house when it sells. Exactly. And I'm not going to be able to sell it for what it's worth if things are not fixed properly. Does that make any sense? Now, let me show you. Since the whole house was done, little girl, you're in trouble. You're in hot water, little girl. The only thing that was stained was our gazebo. See the finish on the gazebo? The only thing that they put the clear coat on was our gazebo. Can you see that it's clear coated? Here's one of our decks. Can you see it's just raw wood? The only thing that was coated was our gazebo. Not everything was done. Not everything was done. The only thing that they did was our gazebo. We have 7 decks. So, little Miss Ma'am, you lied. You lied and said everything was done but one staircase. The only thing that they stained was our decks. Was our gazebo. They didn't touch any of our decks. So why are you lying again on me? And why are you talking about me? Yes, why bother doing it if it's not done right? Because we're going to have to still take money off the house. You're selling it so it doesn't matter. Yes, it does matter, James King, because we can get more equity. Exactly. Right. Yes, USA paid him over a year ago to have the floors fixed and have everything done. And yes, buyers are going to ask for allowance to fix something that he wants me to pay for. Thank you, Eddie. We actually got married under that gazebo. Exactly. Buyers are going to ask for an allowance to fix something that he wants me to pay that wasn't fixed correctly. Can you hire the contractors? HN doesn't want to hire anybody else now. He's like, it's done. So now I have to go to court and take him back to court over this. So now I have to take him back to court over this bullshit. And he got mad at me yesterday and he's like, I'm going to shut. It's not like you're buying it. I care because the buyers are going to ask for allowances to fix things, Gigi. And I'm not going to get as much equity for my home. When we bought this house, we were like, we hate carpet. Everything in this house was carpet. So we asked for a flooring allowance, and they took money off the purchase price of the home so that we could have a flooring allowance. Yes, they're going to try to dwindle and diminish the payout. Just buy his ass out. I can't buy his ass out. If I could have bought the house for $230. He did that on purpose to me. He purposely did not fix the Airbnb for 2 years. If the Airbnb would have been fixed, I could have bought the house for $230. And he sat on the insurance checks for 2 years. He sat on insurance checks for 2 years so the house would go on the market for $350 so that he could get half of the James King. Everybody, I know who you are. Screenshot James King's messages. Everybody screenshot James King. Screenshot everything that James King says. Screenshot everything that James King says. Why does it matter if I'm selling it? Why does it matter that you live in a 1982 single wide trailer that you rent? I've got an IP search on my phone. Now I know who you are. Ride by my house one more time and scream my dog's name. Ride by my house one more time and scream my dog's name, James King. Ride by my house one more time, James King, and scream my dog's name. I can't buy the house until I've had a job for 2 years. I can't buy the house unless I've had a job for 2 years. He wants to sell the house right now. He's not going to work with me on the mortgage. He wants the house sold now. He won't work with me. I could pay the bills here, but he wants the house now. Pink lemonade. James King, respond again. Stop making up stories, Pipsqueak. I have everything in the phone. I have everything in my phone. And don't call me Pipsqueak. Only ATN can call me that. Oh shit. Can one of my mods please unblock GG LLC? I accidentally blocked GG LLC. Fuck you, Deb. I blocked the wrong person. Can somebody unblock GG LLC? James King, I know who you are, Kansas girl. It shows who she is through her sock account. You got her? Yeah. Can you unblock GG LLC? I meant to block Deb says. Thank you, it's me. I'm warning you, James King, stay away from my home. My heel is better. My heel is better. My heel is better. I put a shoe on Monday, and I started like a shoe, like a thick tennis shoe with a pad on it on Monday, and I was gimping, and it feels better now. Thank you for asking. It feels much better. You scared, James King? Well, James King is Kansas City girl. I scared her. Go have a taco. They're only $3.25. They're delicious. The street tacos. Get the authentic with cilantro and onions. And drive past my house again. It's a shame you can't see it from the street, huh? The trees block my view. Now, about skiing. Be 5150. Just so you know. Valley Girl is gonna stop supporting him one way or another. I'm not talking about double wides. I didn't say double wides. I said a 1982 single wide rental. Double wides are nice. Double wides are very nice. Glenda May double wides are very nice. I know people that live in double wides, and they're very nice. You want to get Popeyes? Damn, 8? No, I know she's not responding anymore because I know she is. Double wides are very nice. You can get like jacuzzi tubs in double wides. They're very nice. No, they're not cheap. They're very expensive, Glenda May. I know my dad lives in a small, well, he's from a small town. Yeah, driving by my house screaming Jake. She screamed Jake. Jake! I know it was you. I know it was you. Yeah, I told you. I know you got a garden tub in your. Yes, double wides are very nice. But when you're in a 1982 single wide trailer and you don't like paint on one of the walls, don't you dare come at me, and don't you dare. Modular homes. My girlfriend actually lives in Kansas City. That's why I had the Kansas City Chiefs shirt on. And she's got a modular home, and you can't tell it's a modular home. I couldn't tell it was a modular home. Yeah, I've said double wides are pretty. I tell you what, my uncle, he passed away like 11 years ago, but he was a jockey. Trying to steal my dog. I don't know. Maybe she was trying to steal my dog. My dog would attack her. But nice move. I was actually on my deck when you did that, and I heard you do it. I heard you drive by my house and scream my dog's name. So I know that you know where I live, and I know that you were passing my house, screaming my dog's name. I heard you. No one in this county knows my dog's name. She won't poison my dog. Well, she can't get on my property. She don't know who it was. Nobody knows my dog's name. Gigi, nobody knows my dog's name that lives in my town. Nobody knows my dog's name. The only person that knows my dog's name would be Rubina, Valley Girl. I wish I had it on video. I don't have videos at my camera. You are son, YouTube, everyone wants my dog. Everyone knows your dog's name. But nobody in my town knows my dog's name, and nobody would drive past my house screaming my dog's name. A story to tell. Nobody would drive past my highway and scream my dog's name driving past my house. A story to tell. Nobody would drive past my house screaming my dog's name. No one in their right mind. Maybe someone was screaming. No, nobody was screaming the R word. Valley Girl turned on you. No, she didn't turn on me. She did not. Well, Ski tried to get her to turn on me. Everybody that watches your live knows my dog's name. Okay, but who would pass my house and scream my dog's name? I live in the middle of nowhere. Quite a coincidence. Quite a coincidence that someone is in town and somebody drove. Maybe it was a ship with their megaphone. No, it wasn't. I know that person's voice. I've heard it before. No, because the city council ladies aren't. They wouldn't do that in our town. Nobody would. Nobody would pass my house, driving past my house on a busy highway, screaming my dog's name. Nobody would do that. I mean, people in my neighborhood aren't. People that live in my town aren't like that. People in my town wouldn't do that. No, it wasn't Bomb. Bomb wouldn't do that. Bomb wouldn't do that. I knew who it was. Guys, I know who it was. Put 2 and 2 equals 4. 2 and 2 equals 4, and that person came to town yesterday and had to pass my house to go to the courthouse. How do I know she's in town? Because she flew out yesterday. She flew out yesterday to come to town. She posted it. Yep. Oh, it was a joke to make me laugh. I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's funny that some psycho person. I have cameras installed around my house, not all the way down my property on my gate. Oh yeah, I know she's back on YouTube. She's I can't remember the name of her channel. Like, it begins with an H, I think. Hearted. She didn't get her channel back, Glenda May. She's under another channel, like Hard-Headed or Harder. That's her name, Harder. She didn't get her channel back, Glenda May. I don't have proof. It's just speculation. Well, I think that 2 and 2 equal 4. Because no idiot, no deranged person would drive on a busy highway past my house screaming Jake. It's just a coincidence that she flew here yesterday. Right. It's just speculation. But I would speculate that being that that person was in Georgia yesterday and somebody drove past my house screaming Jake, that it would be that person. I hear that. Give me a second. No. That person would be that stupid. Yeah, I think she passed. Because coming from Atlanta, you have to pass my house. She wouldn't be that stupid. She's pulled to the side. The dogs are barking like somebody's at my door. They wouldn't be that stupid. Wouldn't be that stupid. Wouldn't be that stupid. Wouldn't be that stupid. Would not be that stupid. Would not be that stupid. Why would a cop or an EMT scream to the top of... Yeah, my gate's closed. Give me a sec. Would not be that stupid. All I can say is would not be that stupid. I actually don't think, oh, your dogs are barking at my dogs. That's funny. Would not be that stupid and, not in good enough shape. Michelle has a bigger chance of being struck by lightning than someone she doesn't know yelling Jake past her house. Sonny, I'm not making it up. Michelle has a bigger chance of getting struck by lightning than someone she doesn't know yelling Jake. You're right. I have a bigger chance of being struck by lightning than somebody that doesn't know my dog's yelling Jake past my house. You're 100% right. Nobody would be calling my house because nobody's that stupid. I've got a security gate and I've got 6 no trespassing signs up my driveway, and Porky Pig couldn't make it up my driveway on foot. No offense, but she couldn't. Absolutely no way could she walk up my driveway. Bombshell wouldn't come to my house. She's welcome. But I think Bomb would call me first. Bomb's welcome up here. But I think we cleared up the little thing that my decks were not finished and that they tried to just put a clear coat of finish on them, and that's not what my house looked like before. Are we all in agreement? Have we seen the pictures? Are we all in agreement that they put deck boards that are like that much higher than the regular deck boards? Are we all in agreement? Do we all see the pictures? Who do you think would be coming to your house? Nobody better be coming to my house. My friends know they better call first. So are we all in agreement? Do we all see the pictures? She said there's still a 16-minute wait, please. She said there's still 60 minutes to wait, please. I don't understand that. But do we all see the pictures? Are we all in agreement that the boards that they laid are like an inch and a half taller than the regular boards? Are we in agreement? Are we in agreement that there was not just one stairwell to be finished? I'm just curious. Because I can't stand fucking liars. You know, people that lie on TROs and shit like that. You know, have to move twice because of me. People saying that the house was almost broken into, but they don't call the cops. You know, I know if somebody tried to break in my house, I'd call the cops. I know if I thought somebody was on my property, I'd call the cops. Turned and donuts. No, my dogs are just barking just to bark. But you know, I know that if I thought somebody was on my property, I'd call the cops. Much less somebody break into my house. I mean, if somebody tried to break in my house, I'd 100% be on the phone with the cops. That's just me. I mean, I don't know. Hey, Rebecca. Like I said, I mean, that's just me. But if somebody tried to break in my house, you know, I'd be locked and loaded on the phone with 911, be like, hey, somebody's trying to break in my house. You better get here, or somebody's leaving in a body bag. That's just me. I don't know. Especially if I had a child in the house. I've never had to move because of anybody. I had some psycho exes, and I never had to move because of them. I just had some guy friends have a talk with them, you know. But then again, that's me. I mean, I've always had a firearm, so I've never been scared enough to have to move. But then somebody's trying to take that away from me on lies. Oh, by the way, my psychiatrist appointment was today. You know, just saying, I'm under the care of a physician. Letting you know, if you're under the care of a physician in Georgia, you can own a firearm. He seems to think I'm okay. I'm in a really good mood. Got a job yesterday. If you're just tuning in, I got a job yesterday. Did I have firearms before you were married? Yes, I did. I did. I had firearms before I was married. Hey, Michelle, so how are they fixing your deck? You need a dark stain, right? Yeah. And ATN said, ignore my ex-wife. I hired you. Okay, well, you're 3 states away, and your ex-wife is saying, Etienne, it's wrong. Etienne, the deck boards they installed are this much higher than the boards that were there. Thank you, Cher Bear. Thank you, Cher Bear. They're not fixing the decks because they quit because of Etienne. They quit because of Etienne. Etienne says, I fire contractors. No. Thank you. Etienne says, I'm the one that makes contractors quit. It's not me. I'm like, you're not doing the right work. You're not doing the right work. And Etienne's like, fuck my ex-wife. You work for me. You do what I tell you to do. And I'm like, no, you're ruining the house. Stop doing what you're doing. Stop doing it. And Etienne is like, fuck her. Do what I say. And I'm like, no, you're ruining. Stop. And they're sick of arguing between us. So they quit. So they quit again yesterday. But he says it's my fault. And I fired them. I did not fire them. I'm like, stop working because it's not right. And Etienne's like, fuck her. Go work on the house. And I'm like, no, you're not doing, you're fucking the house up. And so they quit. It's Etienne's fault. It's not my fault. I'm not going to let people fuck up the house in front of me. I'm like, it's wrong. And Etienne's like, ignore her. No, don't ignore me. I'm paying for half of this shit, and it's wrong. I like your shirt and your jeans. Are they Miss Me jeans? I don't know. I don't know. I actually have to look at the tag. I got them at Ross, so they could be. I don't know. You're gonna make me go in the bathroom, and maybe next time they come, you can show them the same colors. They knew what the colors were when they took the colors off the deck when they pressure washed it. Yeah, they quit. It seems like you wouldn't let them back on the property. That's not true. Juan called me. They left, and Juan called me, and he's like, Robbie's telling me to come back to the house, and he says he doesn't care what you say to finish putting the clear coat on the deck. And I was like, tell Robbie to go fuck himself. I mean, literally, they were overriding what I was saying, and the colors are not great. The house looks like shit. And Juan called me, the guy that's doing the decks, and he's like, Robbie called me and said to come and ignore you and make the house look that color. And I said, tell Robbie to go fuck himself. And so he called Robbie and he said, Michelle said, go fuck yourself. And ATN insisted that they come and they put a clear coat on the deck. Juan is the owner of the company. Juan was not there. Juan doesn't do the job. Juan was sending the workers. The owner speaks English, but the owner was sending the workers. The owner speaks English, but the workers don't speak English. The owner speaks English. The workers don't. No, Juan will finish the deck now. No. Juan was sending his workers. No, they're not. Juan's in chat. Juan agreed with me that it looks like shit. Matter of fact, I screenshotted Juan's thing, and he's like, no, I see. I was like, Juan, the colors are wrong. And I sent him pictures. He's like, I see. Exclamation point, exclamation, exclamation point. So Juan agreed with me that the colors were wrong. So even the guy that owns the decking company agreed with me. Yeah, Juan, the owner of the company, speaks English, and he was sending the workers back out. And I was like, tell him to say Juan. Say Juan. Juan. But no, I was like, tell Robbie to go fuck himself. Robbie's the guy that came and like did the bid on the house, but he's never. Oh, and let me tell you something else. I'll tell you something else about Mr. Robbie. Robbie told ATN when he came out, the first day he came out, I was dealing with my toe in April. Remember, guys? I don't know if color costs more than clear. I don't know, but it needed to be the same color it was that they took off of the thing. Kind of sounds like you fired him. Well, the depths were not going to be clear. They were going to be the same color. I had enough of Robbie. Let me tell you something else about Robbie. Y'all remember I was going through my toe in April, right? Like I was literally going through my toe in April. So Robbie came out the only time he came out. The only time he came out. Because February, March, April, I was going through my toe into May. In April, I thought I was going to lose my toe. It was that serious in April. So this motherfucker comes out to my house to do a bid. So only time he came out to my house was to do a bid, like April 10th or something, right? Do you know, he went back and told ATN that my grass needed to be cut and there was dog hair on my floor. Yes, he did. And during one of ATN's drunk tirades, ATN went off on me, screaming and yelling at me that the grass had to be cut and that there was dog hair on the floor. We have hardwood floors and no carpet. If I don't like sweep every single day, if it goes 2 days, you can see Jake's white hair on the floor because I've got like hardwood floors. He went back and told my ex-husband that lives 3 states away that the grass was like maybe like that long. And he went back and told ATN, Michelle needs to cut the grass and there was dog hair on the floor when I went through the house. It wasn't Juan, it was Robbie, the contractor, the one that I cursed out and told him to go fuck himself. Who does that? Who does that? He was here to bid a job. He was here to bid a job. And my toe was like, I was going to lose my toe during that situation. I couldn't even stand up. And he said there was dog hair on my floor and my grass needed to be cut. Bitch, if my grass needed to be cut and you know I was about to lose my toe, why don't you get your ass out there and cut that little bitty patch of grass I have? I like totally had enough. I totally had enough of Robbie. Wait, But wait, if you're not paying and ATN wants the house sold, it's not really your choice. No, I am paying. Scott, Bill, I am paying. ATN was ordered to pay up front, but I have to pay half of it out of the equity of my house, out of my house, Scott, Bill. My divorce papers were read 1,000 times. I am paying. I am paying, Scott. I am paying for it. He has to put the money up front, and when the house sells, I have to pay for half of it. I am paying for it, Scott. I am paying for it, Scott. I don't have the cash to come up with it. Won't look good in the judge's eyes. No, it's not going to look good in the judge's eyes. Not at all. Not at all. He's 3 states away, and I'm here supervising, and I'm telling him that everything's wrong. And he's telling him, fuck her, just do it. But he's not looking at the work. Like, I have pictures. I have pictures to show the judge. Ella Estas de Lorendo. She wants. You're gonna make me like translate it on my phone. Tarek, stop it. I'm gonna pull out my friggin' translator on my phone. Yeah, I am paying for it, Scott. I mean, I don't have the money up front to cut like a $10,000 check to the contractors, but yes, I'm paying. I am not delusional. Fuck you, Tarrant. What if ATN runs up the bills? So he can't run it into no equity. He's cheap. He doesn't want to spend any money. And Tarrant, I am not delusional. Fuck you. Fuck you, Tarrant. Squirrel. Squirrel. See, I am an adjuster, and so I really do have the Spanish English translator on my phone. I can even speak in English, and it translates to where it speaks Spanish. So stop it. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I've got way too much equity in my house. A 2 of a kind. Stop it. Turn. Look. Squirrel. I told you I've got the translator on my phone. And like I'll like type stuff in Spanish so it goes into English, and maybe they can't read. Oh, you almost smiled there twice. I am smiling. Like maybe they can't read. Maybe that's the communication barrier. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe they can't read. Maybe when I type things in my phone in English and it translates in Spanish, maybe they can't read. Yes, it's supposed to be show ready, and it's not show ready. You're right, Keeper Chick. It's supposed to be show ready, and it's not show ready. I mean, the house can't be shown like this. It can't be shown like this. Can you type it in English and read? Can you type it in English and it reads to them in Spanish? Yes, Shelby. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe the guys can't read. Maybe they're reading or it talks to them. I think it does both. Hang on. Let's see. I have to switch it. Hold on. Yeah, I used this when I was an adjuster. Hang on. Let me see if I can do it in voice. Y'all are all crazy. Hey, y'all are all crazy.
Hola, loco.
Yeah, I used this when I worked in Hold on.
Estanola.
What is wrong with you people?
¿Qué les pasa a ustedes?
You have swamp ass.
¿Tienes un culo de pantano?
Was that better? Turn. Turn has swamp ass.
Girar tiene trasero de pantano.
Did you hear that, Turn? Hey, Turn, did you hear that? Turn, you really have swamp ass.
Tarrant, ¿qué tienes? Así que soy un culo.
Stop mental health shaming. Gabriel. These contractors are assholes.
Estos contratistas son imbéciles.
You don't speak Spanish. Well, I guess you can hear me speaking into it. You love my laugh? Oh, people hate my laugh. People really hate my laugh. I'm glad you like my laugh. Oh.
La gente odia mi vida, me alegra que te guste mi risa.
It said life instead of laugh. Juvakine, why are you bringing that carrot bullshit over here? Keep that. What is Juvakine saying? Que linda este noche? I don't know what that means. Hold on. Que linda este noche?
She's pretty and 8.
She's pretty and 8? Oh, she's pretty at night. I gotcha. I gotcha. I said it wrong. Because I know noche was night. She's pretty at night. JJ says to Hondo and Vinny, push me better daddies. I know, I said Nocho. I knew that Nocho was night, but it said 8, but I know Nocho was night. Emery, have you lost the plot? Wow, you are now supporting the shit human being. Give your head a wobble, lady. Beautiful people were there for you, and you shot them. Oh, Trane Mambo. I love you too. It's okay. You're welcome over here. There's no plot. There's no plot. I'm actually a really nice person. It's okay. Jules, Jules, I'll pray for you. Chill, kind of. That was her to me. She told people I killed her dog, and the dog is very much alive. Go back to the liars. Hey, guys, stop being petty. Here's a question. Do you know each other in real life? My guess is no. My guess is no. I bet you don't know each other in real life. I didn't say plot about you. I bet you don't know each other in real life. I bet you guys don't know each other in real life. I bet it's just all rumors. I bet it's all rumors. I mean, I just bet it's all rumors. I bet nobody killed anybody's dog. I bet it's all rumors. Yes, two of a kind. Of course you can be here. Anybody can be here. I've apologized to everybody. I think that the toxicity on YouTube is absolutely ridiculous, and I think people need to go outside and touch grass. I think everybody needs to stop all the bullshit, because I think everybody needs to log off of YouTube for a little while and go do something outside, or go do anything. Like I said, Monday was National Hamburger Day, right? JJ telling people their avatar pictures are immature and weird that she is on the panel talking about dumb carrots. Two of a kind and the scary ass bitch ain't nothing. She said Black got her house raided too. See, like, guys, you don't know each other. You don't know each other in real life. Why are you fighting? Why are you fighting with screen names? Who cares if they won't show their real face? Maybe they don't want to. It's not your business who these people are. See that, Crusher? Like, it's not your business who somebody's real face is. Like, you don't need to know their real face. It's not your business. That's the whole thing. Like, I went out with my friends. Who cares about somebody's avatar pictures? Like, in the grand scheme of life, who cares? That's the whole thing. It's so stupid. Who cares if your avatar picture is a Smurf, or if it's of, like, Pinocchio or Lola or your ass? Who cares? Like, that's the whole thing. Who cares? Who cares if the picture is of your ass or of a Smurf or Pinocchio or, like, who cares? I mean, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. You were fighting about the stupidest things. Who cares what your avatar picture looks like? Does it matter in your real life? Does it really affect your real life? Like, does it? Like, in the grand scheme of things, does somebody's avatar picture really affect your real life? No, it doesn't. So why are you arguing? Yours are light bulbs, okay? I like your light bulbs. They could be skis balls. Who cares? You guys fight over the stupidest things. It's so dumb. Like, the toxicity on YouTube is ridiculous. I had to remove myself from the situation. I literally had to remove myself from the situation and go out and enjoy life. It's football season. The Saints are 2-0, guys. I don't know if you know anything about people from Louisiana, but we love our football. We love our football. We live and die for football. I'll explain football season briefly to you in Louisiana. And yep, there I go with my finger pointing. I'm Italian. I talk with my hands. I talk with my hands. I cannot help it. If you tie my hands together for any length of time, I probably could not carry on a conversation. If you want to silence me, oh God, don't say that word. Okay, Jules's neighbor, two of a kind. Stop. You don't know each other in real life, right? Ski's bald and they're not lit up. I said Ski's balls. And I bet they're pretty stinky in spelling out. He asked, well, I'm blocked from Skis. Because he asked, two of a kind, no, I'm playing. Okay, so Ski put me in timeout yesterday. This is pretty funny. Because I'm really kind of sick of Ski. Y'all stop fighting. Jules, two of a kind, stop fighting. I've got a great story. I've got a great Ski story. You know, he always dogs on me and he always puts me in timeout, right? He always dogs on me, always puts me in timeout. So yesterday, it was raining. Maybe it was the day before yesterday. It was raining. It was like 65 degrees. He's got 3 broken windows. And he's like, I'm cold. I'm hungry. Blah, 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 blah. I'm hungry. I'm cold. My friend bought me $60 in food, and I left my Ferrero Rochers, and I ran, and blah, 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 blah. I'm sick of the turmoil. And I was like, maybe you should get on medicine, Ski. Because people think I'm crazy. You should see me off my meds. I'm real fucking crazy off my meds. Wackadoodle off the chain crazy. Oh, Ski is definitely secretly in love with me. When I flew back from Atlanta, that totally proved a point when I was out with my friend Jason. She's a different person. Jesus. What are you on? What are you on? She was like that when she was with that Chuck guy. Oh my God. Every time she's with a guy, she's just weird. No, you're just jealous of me. So anyway, I'm cold. Oh, it's raining. It's 65 degrees. Blah, 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 blah. I'm sick of this turmoil. Ski, maybe you should get on medicine, you know, because I do better with medicine. I understand. Okay, can you put Jules's neighbor in timeout, please? Just, you're going to go in timeout, Jules's neighbor, until you can just stop playing nice. Stop cursing. Don't call anybody a cunt. I know that I used to use that word all the time, but my chat's going to be nice now. I'm going to do it for you. Okay, we're going to take a little time out, Jules's neighbor, and we're going to play nice. Okay. Somebody banned you? Okay, well, you got banned. I didn't do that. Well, I accidentally banned Jules's neighbor. Can y'all unban Jules's neighbor and put them in timeout? It was an accident. I'm going to give you another shot. So anyway, so I was like, Ski, maybe you should get back on your meds. Maybe you should get back on your meds, and like you won't have so much turmoil. And he's like, meds make Lola, stop it. Here, she's trying to shimmy her baby. Stop it, Lola. I see your baby. I see your baby. She's got her toy and she's going. So maybe you should get back on your meds, Ski, because I'm a total basket case off of my meds. I don't like taking meds. They make me slow and they make me drowsy and they make me fat. Okay, Ski, you'll get used to the slow and drowsy, and I won't take anything that makes me fat, because you know I always talk about weight, right? It took my doctors a hell of a time to get my mix right to where I was not on medicine that made me fat. And then he's like, this is not the Michelle show. I'm putting you in timeout. I'm sick of you talking about yourself. So he put me in timeout while he was wah-wahing about being cold, not having food, not having a place to sleep. He put me in timeout. My dogs had to go to the bathroom. And I always keep my blankie with me. It's just kind of like, when AC and I were together, I was like, baby, if I ever have a stroke, if something ever happens to me where I can't talk, do you promise to keep my legs covered all the time? It's just something that I need. He rooted all. So, I got up and I had my blanket over me. I'm sitting on it now. But I got up and I took my blanket off and I let the dogs out. And I went to the freezer and put some ice in a cup, took a Diet Coke out of the refrigerator, poured it in. And Monday, I had gone to Buffalo Wild Wings to go watch the Saints game with my friends. So I got like an appetizer tray and I ate like a bird. So I heated up some food on Tuesday. Thank you, Dildo. Oh, I said your name. You got me to do it. So I heated up some garlic parm wings during my timeout. And then I came back to the sofa and I was like, oh dear, you put me in timeout. During my timeout, I got off my sofa. I took my comfy warm blanket off my legs. I let the dogs out to potty in my house. I went to the freezer. I got some ice. I poured an ice cold Diet Coke and I ate some garlic Parmesan wings. Boo hoo. And he banned me. Oops. Damn, Ski. I'm sorry. It's just like, how? Hey, Jess. It's like, how can you really act so entitled when you've got a bolo on you? The cops are looking for you. You're fucked when they pick you up. Like, you are fucked when they pick you up. Because not only do you not just have your little warrant against you, your little tirade, that you did, you said, I'm running my car into a wall. I'm going to run over police officers. I'm going to kill the judge. And I'm going to kill the judge's wife. And you said that several times, that you're going to kill his wife. So when they pick you up, Ski, when they do pick you up, one, I know that they're going to 5150 you. I know that they're going to 5150 you. I know this. How do I know this? Because I'm the one that called in the first police report when you said that you were going to start running over police officers. Ooh, bad Michelle. Bad Michelle that I called the police and told them that in your methed out, drugged out state of mind that you said you were going to run over police officers. Shame on you, Michelle. No, fuck you, Ski. You've been on a drug bender for like a week and you are mental and you need to be put away. You are now mental. You are now hallucinating on your meth. No one needs to support you. And I'll say it again because everyone said, Ski, Michelle said on our channel not to give you cash apps. I'm going to say it again. Do not give that motherfucker cash apps. Because if you've not seen what he's been doing, he's not eating. He even said, I can't afford weed, so I'm going to start smoking fentanyl. And you support that? You're going to give him money to support that. I haven't bought weed since February. I smoked one time when my water pump went out. And I was standing in that extended stay and I was walking the dogs and I was like, and this guy was smoking pot. I'm like, hey, what's up? And I smoked with him like, I don't know, two or three times in that stay. Now, the reason that I'm like happy that I'm not doing drugs and not smoking pot is yesterday I went to apply for a job and they said, go in that room next to you. Funny, someone having a chronic cough. Someone having a chronic cough is really funny. I smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke pot. Because yesterday I went to apply for a job and they were like, okay, can you go in that next room and do a drug test? And I was like, sure. They popped me on a drug test on the spot. And guess what? I'm waiting like 3 days for my drug test to come back and I'm assuming that I'm hired. So there's that. That I went to apply for a drug test and not only did they send me like to go to a clinic, they actually were like, we do saliva test on the spot now. And I was like, cool. Fentanyl is 10 times more expensive than weed. I don't know anything about fentanyl. He just said he was going to go smoke fentanyl to get high. See, two of a kind, I don't even know about fentanyl. He just said he was going to smoke fentanyl to get high. But like now, companies don't even, where will you be working? Yeah, like I'm going to tell you where I'm going to be working, Jess. Not. I told 2 people where I'm going to be working. 2. One is ATN. And apparently ATN has been talking to Miss Kansas. So if something happens and I don't get this job, I'm not even saying what kind of job I'm doing. Like, I don't even trust saying what I'm going to be doing. I'm not working as an adjuster. That's all I'm going to say is I'm not working as an adjuster. Yeah, I'm not even saying what I'm going to be doing. legit. Because the job might still be listed, if that makes any sense. Well, thank you. Just keep it real. I'm going to be working kind of close to you. Yeah, I'm not giving any information on my job. None, zilch, nada, period. Not how much money I'm making, not what days I'm working. Do you think I'll like my new job? Yes, I do think I like my new job. Did you take my advice and do Feet Finder? I don't know what Feet Finder is, so I did not take your advice. Don't tell anybody. I'm not telling anybody what I'm doing. I'm not telling them where I'm working. I'm not even telling what city I'm going to be working at. Are you? Let's have lunch. We could do that, or maybe when I get off of work, maybe we could meet for a drink or something. I don't know how my lunch breaks are going to work. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Just keep it real. I don't think I'm that close to you to where we could have lunch, if that makes any sense. Because I don't think I'm that close to you for lunch, if that makes any sense. Why do you think ATN is mad that you got a job? You said that earlier. Because ATN wants me to suffer. He's wanted me to suffer since he left me. He left me. He didn't want me to buy the house. Thank you, Dildo. He didn't want me to buy the house. He sat on the USAA checks so that I could not get the Airbnb up and running and buy the house for $230,000. He did it on purpose, so I could not have this house because I love this house. Like, I love this house, and he did it on purpose to where I couldn't buy this house. Thank you, Midnight Shenanigans. So instead of paying like $1,500 mortgage on a house I love, I'm gonna have to pay like $2,000 rent on a place somewhere else. And he did it on purpose. He left me because I got my adjuster's license. He left me the day before I was taking my exam. He never wanted me to be self-sufficient. And every time I've done anything good, he's done this bullshit. He found out the day before he pulled all this shit where he's like, I'm shutting the electric off on you. Yes, it's his way of control over me. He found out the day before he pulled this bullshit that I was getting a job. 100%. He found out that I was getting a job. And so yesterday, when he started threatening me and everything, I'm like, fucking shut the electric off. Shut it off. Do it. Do it. I'm going back to work. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Shut the electric off. Go ahead and do it. Do it. Do it. Because I have a job. I can pay the electric now. Go ahead and do it. I'm sick of your threats. I am sick of your threats. Shut the electric off. Go ahead and do it. Shut it off. Because I'm working and I can pay the electric now. I'm sick of your threats. Shut it off. Shut off the electric, ETN. Do it. Do it. Do it. And he's pissed because he does not have control over me anymore. I'm like, we are divorced. Stop fucking telling me what to do. Shut it off. Go ahead. Shut it off. Shut it off, ATN. Do it. Do it. Shut it off. Go ahead, baby. Because by the time the bill comes, I'll have checks. So I don't care. Oh, Lola. Lola farts all the time, but she smells like she shits the house. Lola farted. Horribly. It smells like there's dog shit in the house, but it's not. She farted, and she has to be right under me. Where are you, awful dog? Oh my God, where is she? I swear to God, this dog is rancid. This dog is rancid. Rancid. I don't even know where she is because it's dark in here and she's dark. But she has to be somewhere close to me because my dogs don't crap in the house. But I'm telling you, it smells like dog shit in my house. And I know that they did not shit in the house. Like, I know that they did not shit in the house, but where are you? Like, the lights are out and she's really dark, but it smells like warm dog shit, but it's not. It's a Lola fart. And y'all have accused me of farting, like, and you're like, I hear a fart. No, it's her. But she did an SBD, and it smells like warm dog shit, and it's not. It's a fart. Where are you? She has to be behind the sofa or something. I don't even know where she is. She has to be on the other side of the fireplace. Oh, for the love of God. Whew, sweet baby Jesus. Yes, my channel name was Sweet Baby Jesus, right? Like sweet. She was under the recliner. Yes, she was laying under me. She just got up with her toy. You are rancid. She was legitimately, yeah. She was laying under me. Whew. Sweet baby Jesus. You're awful. She was laying right under the recliner, so it literally just came up on me. So my channel name was Sweet Baby Jesus. Like, contractor pooped in the toilet tank. It's called an upper decker. Don't piss the contractor off. No. No. As a matter of fact, the day before, when the people came out to do the floors, everybody farts. Farts are funny. Right. But she was literally laying under the recliner, so it came up, and I was like, where is she? She was under the recliner. Whew. Whew. Yes, it came up. It came up. I didn't know where she was, but you can hear her right by the recliner with her toy. Yeah, she was under the legs of the recliner. Whew. Damn. I need to stop feeding her that lemon rice. So the Purina lemon rice makes her fart like that. But the Purina lemon rice is really good for her coat. And so it's one or the other. It's like, so I put up with the dog farts. And y'all say I smoke a lot. I don't. I just talk a lot. My cigarettes always go out. Can you hear her? She's got her baby in her mouth and she's shaking her head. So, anyway, how's everybody else's day gone? Since I'm just talking. What did you just do? Your dogs eat lemon rice, and yes, they fart like crazy. And it smells. Doesn't it smell? Just keep it real. It's just rancid. Just rancid. The lemon rice is really good for them. It's good for their coats, too. I bet they're shiny, huh? Just keep it real. Your pug is small, but his farts are deadly. You can't imagine a dog Lola size. Yeah, Lola is... I'm like 112, and Lola's like 146. And her shits are as big as my foot. When we first got her, she had like a couple accidents inside. And okay, it is what it is. Because I, most of the time, don't have any couth. But she shit on the floor in the kitchen. And I literally put my foot next to her shit. And her shit was bigger, like longer than my foot. Yeah, she makes big shits. You have Danes and a small Shafford. Yes, their coats are beautiful. The lemon rice works. I always wanted a Great Dane. My friend had a Great Dane. I just like, I guess like thicker dogs because they're leaner. But Jake is supposed to be an American Bulldog, but I think they lied to me. I think he's totally got pin in him. You've seen Jake. And when I say Jake's getting older, Michelle, when are you going to show you some pictures? Block, why don't you dig? My personal pictures were lost in Katrina at my mother's house. I lost all my baby pictures. I lost all of my childhood pictures. I lost everything. My parents' house was under 3 feet of water for 5 weeks. And all the pictures that my mom put in the attic thinking that she was going to save, because my house was under 3 feet of water for 5 weeks, everything molded. And my mom actually went to a professional that took care of pictures, that restored pictures, and they couldn't be restored. I don't even have any baby pictures of me and Dyke Michelle. I lost all of my pictures. But can you block that bitch? Fuck you. There was going to be an excuse. Yeah, everybody lost everything in Katrina. Everybody lost everything in Katrina. Everyone lost everything, Katrina. We lost all of our family antique heirlooms. There was going to be an excuse. Yeah, a hurricane. You lost it all in Katrina too? Yeah, my parents lived in New Orleans East, and it just was inundated by water. They had like you can still see the water line on their house. They had like 3 feet of water for like 5 weeks because all the pumping stations broke in New Orleans. What a great name, Indict Michelle. Yeah, it is heartbreaking. I mean, everything. I have no baby pictures. I have nothing. I have no pictures of my life. None. Pictures of like my great grandparents. Furniture that like was past. You're in the parish. Yeah, the parish got hit bad. Yeah, my uncle Mike lived in the parish. My uncle Mike's house was just gone. His house was just gone. Yeah, Chalmette, St. Bernard, that was just gone. Do you still live in the parish, DD? Because I've got friends that still live in Chalmette. Yeah, St. Bernard, Chalmette, all of that, it was just gone. Gone. So I lived in Diamond Head, DD, at the time. But I lived like on the golf course side. But on the marina side, the water just came in and it just took all the homes away. In a house fire. Nobody saw family that lived there. Yeah, I have a lot of childhood friends that I grew up with that still live there too. So I lived in Diamond Head, but I know you know the area. So on the interstate, like where the Diamond Head exit is, all of the houses on the marina were gone. Like the water came in and just sucked them off the pylons. There was nothing. And then I lived on the golf course side. And so I can see your lemonade is actually pink this time. It was my lighting before. I've been drinking the same stuff. It had to be that my ring light was like green. Yeah, everybody lost so much. But Indict Michelle, or apparently thinks I was lying. When my parents got back to the house, it must have been my lighting, the color of my ring light, because I've been on pink lemonade forever. Yeah, you lived in Kenner, but you moved to Arkansas a couple months before Katrina. You got lucky, but Kenner didn't get hit that bad, Jill. It was more like New Orleans East, the Ninth Ward, Kenner. I mean, not Kenner, like Chalmette. But Diamond Head is on the water. I mean, so ironically, we evacuated to Columbus, Georgia. And we stayed at a hotel that's actually right by Buffalo Wild Wings and Walmart. They were building the Walmart that I go to. They were building at the time of Katrina. And they kept showing Pass Christian, and they kept showing Bay St. Louis. And Diamond Head is right in between Bay St. Louis and Pass Christian. Diamond Head's right in between it. And Bay St. Louis was gone, and Pass Christian was gone. And I lived in Diamond Head. And I was just like, I mean, my house was there. My grandparents didn't evacuate because my grandparents are like, we made it through Betsy. We made it through Camille. We're going to be fine. And my grandpa had cancer at the time. And I was right. And I was crying and crying. And I was like, I had an expedition. And it was me and Timmy and Joseph. But I had a huge expedition. And I was like, Nanny, come with us, please. And she's like, your grandpa doesn't want to go. You know, they were old school. Your grandpa doesn't want to go. And I'm like, fuck him, you're gonna die. I got the parrot, because I had my 2 dogs, but they were in kennels. And she's like, I got the parrot, I can't leave Pepper. I'm like, his cage will fit in the back of my expedition next to the dogs. They're in a kennel. They won't hurt the parrot. Like, come. You and Papa come. There's room in my expedition. I ain't going anywhere. that was the old timers, right? They didn't want to leave. You had to force them. No, my grandparents did not leave. They did not leave, Dee Dee. And so I was in Georgia and I was watching the storm come in. And Pass Christian was gone, Bay St. Louis was gone, and Diamond Head was right in between, and they would not show Diamond Head. And so we left. We stopped at Home Depot in Columbus, Georgia. We picked up 3 generators, one for my house, one for my grandparents' house, and one for um, Taylor's dad's friends that lived in Hattiesburg. We picked up chainsaws. We picked up chains. We picked up gloves. We stole. I stole. I stole. I stole. We stole a 50-gallon drum from the side of some business. I don't know what business it was, but we stole it because you couldn't get gas anywhere down there. We literally stole a 50-gallon drum from the side of somebody's business. I don't know who it was. I don't know who. I don't even remember where we were, but we stole a 50-gallon drum, and we were pumping gas in Georgia. And at the time, you could only get $50 of gas at the. No, we stole it. We stole it. I straight up stole it. I will say I stole a 50-gallon drum. Because there was no gas, there was nothing there. And at the time, you could only get $50 of gas at a time. And I remember, like, credit card, $50, credit card, $50, credit card, $50. And we filled a 50-gallon drum full of gasoline. It's kind of like not safe to be driving on the interstate with 50 gallons of gas. But we filled up a 50-gallon drum of gas so we would have gas when we went down there. And we got to Diamond Head before the National Guard got in. We went back roads, and literally Bruce, Taylor's dad, and I was pregnant for Taylor. I was like, I don't know, like 9 weeks or 10 weeks pregnant for Taylor. But my grandparents did not evacuate, and my mom was blowing up our cell phones. And she's like, check on Nanny and Papa, check on Nanny and Papa. And I'm like, Mom, we're going, because they were in Shreveport. They have a house in Shreveport and a house in New Orleans. This is like true story. This is like true Katrina story. Because my mom knew that she lost everything. Like she knew that they had lost everything in New Orleans. My Uncle Mike went to go check on his house, and he knew. He passed my mom's house, and he knew that he lost everything in Chalmette too. And she was freaking out because there was no phones and they couldn't get in touch with my grandma. The last time that we talked to my grandma and grandpa, part of Katrina had passed over, and the eye was on top of them. And she was freaking out, and she's like, water's coming through the electric sockets. And then boom, we had lost contact with my grandparents. And so I'm thinking they're dead. Like, I'm literally thinking my grandparents are dead, because they showed there was nothing in Pass Christian, and they showed that there was nothing in Bay St. Louis. And Katrina, like Diamond Head is smack dab in the middle of it, right? So we came down 59, and then we went the back roads to get into Diamond Head. And coming through Hattiesburg, there were still trees in the road. Like, we could not drive down Highway 59. And Bruce and I literally got out of his truck, and we were cutting trees with the chainsaws and putting chains around them. And Bruce was pulling trees out of the way. We were like one of the first human beings into Diamond Head. And we got there, and we finally got to my grandparents' house, like their street, and there was this big tree, like across like where their street was. And I just remember like jumping over the tree and just running. Like, it was like 5 houses, like, and their house was the end of the cul-de-sac. I'm pregnant, mind you. I mean, I was early pregnant, but I was running and running and running down the cul-de-sac, like thinking my grandparents were gonna be dead, trees on the house, like falling down, because they had no power and everything, okay? Y'all, my grandma's on the porch. My grandpa's sitting on the porch in a rocking chair smoking a cigarette. My grandma's on the porch, and she's fucking hanging clothes out to dry on the shutters, oblivious, acted like nothing happened, because she had no power. She didn't see the news. She didn't see anything. She didn't see anything. She had no idea what Katrina did. She knew that they had a tree that had fallen on their street, so she couldn't get out to see what Katrina had did. She had no idea. She was just like, and I'm like, Nanny, Nanny, and I'm like hugging her, like, and she's like, what is wrong with you? Get off of me, Michelle. And I'm like, Nanny, oh my God. She had no idea what Katrina did. She just thought that they lost power and a tree fell and blocked her street. She had no idea. She had no idea the devastation that Katrina did. None. She had no idea how many trees we had to cut to get to her. She had no idea that we had to pull trees out of the road to get to her. She had no idea. None. She was oblivious. She was legitimately washing clothes by hand and hanging clothes outside to dry like it was just any old day. They had just lost power. So then we go back into the neighborhood to where my house was. And we're driving through. And I saw cars where the water had come up. But my grandma didn't know, just keep it real. She had no idea. She thought they just lost power and that some trees went down on her road. She had no idea. They didn't have power. Her cell phone, they had no phone service. So she couldn't call my mom or anything. So all of the phone towers were out except for Verizon. And Bruce had Verizon. And so I got to call my mom from my grandparents on Bruce's phone. And my mom's freaking out. I'm like, she's fine. She's fucking hanging clothes up to dry, like outside on the shutters. Like, ain't nothing fucking wrong with them. They had a gas grill and they lost power and she's cooking steaks outside. I'm like, she's fine. Like, my mom's like, oh God, are they okay? Are they okay? Oh. And so my Uncle Eric and my Aunt Janie actually evacuated from Kenner. Yeah, they evacuated from Kenner, and Kenner actually didn't get hit at all. And so now my Uncle Eric was diabetic. And so he had diabetes medicine that had to be like refrigerated. Yeah, nothing. They're like cooking steaks on the gas grill, cooking food out of the freezer. Nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. So then we went back through Diamond Head to drive to where my house was. Well, Diamond Head like dipped like this, right? Now I was in a Class C flood zone, but driving to my house, the water had come up, and like six houses from me got like 3 inches of water, but my house was higher and I didn't get any water in my house, thank God. But driving through the low areas of Diamond Head, the water had come up so high that it actually lifted the cars in the garage and turned them sideways because they were floating. Yeah, Kenner was fine. My aunt and uncle evacuated from Kenner to my grandparents' house in Diamond Head. Diamond Head got hit and they were fine. But it lifted the cars up in the garage and turned them sideways. And when the water went down, the cars were like sideways in the garage. And I was like, how the fuck are they going to get the cars that sideways? But what they did is, you know, those jacks for the cars, like those pump jacks? They pumped the cars up and then they turned the jack and they turned the car sideways. I was like, that's ingenious. I got no water in my house. Well, I did, but it was when the rain was raining sideways real hard for a long time. It came through my windows and it wet my carpet. So my insurance company just paid for me to get new carpet. And then I drove up in my house and there was a tree that had fallen like right on the corner of my house, and it kind of like took part of the corner of my garage away. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. I had this huge pine tree that fell, but it fell sideways. And I'm like, okay, the corner of my garage is fine. I'm running through my house. Everything's fine. I run through my master bedroom. I go in my master bathroom. I'm like, oh, fuck. A tree from my backyard fell on my house, and it went through the attic, and it was laying in my master bathtub. And I'm like, oh, that's a problem. So I did have tree damage. I had 6 trees that went on my house. One took the corner of my garage off. 4 put holes in my roof, and then 1 went through my roof, through my attic, and it was literally laying in my master bathtub. And I was like, well, yeah, there's a problem. So I had tree damage, but my house didn't flood, which was a good thing. I mean, it took 6 months to get my house fixed. But I had an insurance company that was based out of California, and everybody had State Farm. Tropical bass. No, it was a pine tree. It wasn't tropical. It was a big tree, like a big tree. I'm like, yeah, that's a problem. I have pictures somewhere in bin somewhere. I'll dig them out. You had 8 feet of water. Yeah. Well, Chalmette got inundated. Chalmette, New Orleans East. Like I said, my parents were in New Orleans East, so they had 3 feet of water for like 5 weeks. Or maybe they had 5 feet of water for 3 weeks in their house. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was 5 feet of water for 3 weeks. So they lost everything. All of our antiques that were passed down from like my great grandparents. Like when my mom and dad got back in the house, they saw the furniture and they just touched it and it just disintegrated. Like all the antiques, they just, like, nothing was salvageable. It sucked. Hey, it's me. Tell hubby I said hi. Well, you're off the phone with him. Next time you talk to hubby, tell him I said hi. Tell him I won't go to Saints game. Yeah, Katrina blew. And I'll tell you what, if you can make it through a storm like Katrina, yeah, it was a total loss for Chalmette. It was a total loss for New Orleans East. Yeah, it was 5 feet of water for 3 weeks. So they had 5 feet of water in their house for 3 weeks until the water came down. Yeah, I mean, I have no pictures. I have like 5 baby pictures, and the only reason why I have them is because I had my hands on them. I've got like a picture of me as a baby. I think I had a picture of me when I was like a year old. I've got like a picture of me in kindergarten, like riding a train on a field trip. Your friends have a bar there, the Goat. I wonder how it's doing. A bar where? New Orleans East? If they have a bar in New Orleans East, it's probably not doing so well because the cops don't even go to New Orleans East anymore. The cops won't even show up in New Orleans East. When I go back home and I hit like the Michoud exit, DD, I know what you're talking. You know, I know what I'm talking about. When I hit the Michoud exit, when I go through Slidell and I hit the Michoud exit, I literally, and I'm not bragging, it filled up again with Rita. See, I didn't live there then. But Dee, when I go back home and I go through Slidell, when I hit the Michoud exit, guys, I'm not bragging about my speed or anything. I'm just telling you how it is. When I go back home, when I hit the Michoud exit, I literally am doing at least 100 miles an hour. At least 100 miles an hour until I hit the high rise. Whew. Whew. Michoud to the high rise, 100 miles an hour. I don't give a fuck. I'm not getting a ticket. I know I'm not getting a ticket because the cops don't go to the east anymore. You're hauling ass? Yeah, I'm hauling ass too. I don't stop. Fucking idiots are shooting at people on the interstate every single day. Every single day they're shooting at people on the interstate for fun. Yeah, I knew what you meant, you're hauling ass. I do too. I do too. At least 100 miles an hour. When I hit Michoud, right when I hit that Michoud exit, whew, and I'm not stopping. I know I'm not getting a ticket. I knew what you meant, hauling ass. I caught the hawking ass. And I don't stop. If I'm running out of gas, well, guess what, baby? I'm not getting gas until I hit the Elysian Fields exit. And Elysian Fields is even that bad. Elysian Fields is even that bad. Like, I don't even want to stop on Elysian Fields to get gas. But I will stop on Elysian Fields if I really, really need gas. And even up, yeah, there's no cops in New Orleans East. They won't sit there. They know they're sitting ducks. If they stop to give people tickets in New Orleans East, they know they're getting shot. They're sitting ducks if they even stop to give somebody a ticket. I mean, they don't even go out there for murders anymore. Literally, I don't even think they go out and show up for murders anymore. Like, if somebody gets shot and murdered, I think they wait like a couple hours to make sure that the scene's cleared and that nobody would do anything. Anyway, guys, I've been live for a while. I'm going to get off of here. I just want to clear some things up about the house. I think everybody that was here saw the pictures. Did you guys see the pictures that the whole house isn't done but one staircase? And by the way, I don't have staircases. I only have I have 2 staircases. Everything else is flat decks. Get your shit right. Stop talking to my ex-husband. The judge knows. The judge got all these things. The judge even got the little comment about there's no restraining order against me. Stop fucking antagonizing me. I think I've behaved a lot. Anyway, guys, if anybody told you they love you tonight, let me be the first. I absolutely love you. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Even the people that used to hate on me. I hope that you see a change in me. I hope the therapy is working. I hope my new meds are working. Haven't gone like crazy or anything tonight. Have I? Don't think I have. Haven't cursed anybody out. Maybe I told somebody to fuck off when I blocked them. But I hope I'm doing better. And if my channel gets pulled down, I am coming on Rumble anyway. So I mean, it is what it is if it gets pulled down. Try not to talk shit on anybody. Y'all have a good night. And if nobody's told you they love you, like I said, I love you. You have a purpose. Everybody has a purpose. And I got a job. Oh, God. Oh, God. You came in under another name. Oh, oh. Aren't we special? You're not going to take. Thank you. Thank you, Share Bear. Thank you, everyone. Had to wait till the last minute to try to get to me, but it didn't work. You know, some of you people are so bored. Some of you people are so bored that you just need to get a life. Anyway, guys, till next time, I'll see you later. If my channel gets pulled, just make another one. Peace out, guys. Bye-bye.